Hello and welcome back to Daily Weekly Builds. Today we can take a look at some of these Rebrickable MOCs that I think you should add to your winter village, because it's all good and fine, using official sets, which is great, don't get me wrong, I like to do that as well, but sometimes there's just things that you want to have but Lego haven't done yet, and that's where these wonderful MOC makers have come in and they've saved the day by making their own custom designs, some inspired by official sets, some modifications of official sets, and others are completely original little things, which I just think it's so cool, and I do plan to release my own instructions per MOCs in the future. So here we can see on my Rebrickable page some of my liked MOCs, and these are some of my favourite Christmas ones that I'd love to add to my winter village. I don't know if I'll get around to adding them this year because time is running out, but if you want to build any of these, always check your own parts inventory first, and if you need anything else then have a quick order on Bricklink and hopefully it'll get here in time before Christmas. And I'll just say up front, a lot of these are by Marin Brick Design. I think they do a great job. Not just Christmas themed MOCs, they've got a whole bunch of other ones, but I'm mostly interested in their Winter Village style one. So let's take a look at the first one here with our Lego Christmas Gas Pump MOC. And Marin Brick Design does this little advent calendar, so each day they release a little mini build, and that's what I like. Sometimes just having little mini builds really adds a lot more detail to your Winter Village, and with a gas pump, it's something Lego hasn't done yet. We've got all these Winter Village vehicles, need somewhere to fill up, right? And this is just a nice little thing that you can add on there with a nice classic design of the gas pumps, and then that classic looking lamppost as well. Very cool, and it only uses a minimal number of parts, so I imagine some of you might have all these parts already. Let's take a look at the inventory. And what Rebrickable does is it uses data to estimate a rough cost to buy these parts, and as you can see, it's got an estimated cost of £15.50. Obviously this doesn't include any shipping fees or anything like that, so you do have to think about that. But some of these parts are pretty basic, so you might already have them, and if I check my own parts inventory, I probably have most of these, I think. So I'd probably have to pay nothing, or at least very little, which is always good when you're trying to save money at this time of year, with only 58 parts and 141 in total. So yeah, a nice little build that I think goes well in any winter village. Next up we have a building which I've recently came across, the Winter Village Main Street Candy Store. As you can tell just by looking at it, it's designed to fit along the Winter Village Main Street set from 2022, I believe. Yeah, one of my favourite recent Winter Village sets. It's just simple. I like to have buildings in my Winter Village, it just makes it feel a bit more alive. And as you can see, plenty of details in there, all sorts of different things to represent different candies. Yeah, this looks like a good little build to me. And I was very tempted to get the parts for it this year. Again, always check your own parts inventory first to save yourself some money. So let's take a look here. Now, sometimes it can look a little bit pricey, because when the MOC makers upload their parts inventory to Rebrickable, sometimes there's a few part errors and things. So you do want to just import it to Bricklink and just double check your wanted lists and make sure all the parts are correctly available. So here it says £125, which seems expensive for one building, considering Winter Village sets are usually £90 and you get two buildings a little bit extra. But sometimes these MOCs do have more parts, more details than the official Lego sets. So if you filter by price, you can see, oh look, there's this tap piece, which looks like an old Lego part for £11 for one piece. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll be swapping that out. All the Wolverine claws here in this dark tan colour, which is a rare colour for them. I could, do some part swaps, do some alternatives, and it would save yourself some money. Minifigure parts, I've already got those, so I wouldn't be buying them, that sort of thing. And just go through, see what you need. But otherwise, a lot of these parts are pretty basic and pretty common parts, so just do double check that, and that should help you bring the cost down. I think I've already done some part swaps and some colour swaps, and I managed to get this down without checking my own inventory first. It's going to cost me about £55, which is still on a slightly higher end for a single building, but if I go through my parts inventory, hopefully I'll get it down a bit more, which is always good. Next up, we've got a little Alpine market stall by JD Bricks, and you can tell by looking at this is designed to go along with the Alpine Lodge from 2023. Again, one of my favourite Winter Village sets. I built it last year. It was just so enjoyable. It had really nice classic Winter Village vibes. And here you can see that they've also designed some other market stalls as well, so do check out their Rebrickable page. But this one is probably my favourite. It's nice, it's simple, and I could really imagine this alongside my Alpine Lodge, in keeping with that same style there. Very nice indeed. And scrolling down, there's a little description about the set, how the designer came up about their design, and the story behind it. Yeah, I really do quite like this. And taking a look at the inventory, this has got 110 unique parts with 206 in total, and the approximate cost of these parts is £21.35. Again, check your inventory. I feel like a broken record saying this, but if you just want to buy the parts and be a bit lazy, then fair enough, but you could always save yourself some money by checking off the parts yourself. And again, looking at this, I think I have most of these, so if I wanted to build this one, it shouldn't cost me too much extra to get the extra parts. But This is definitely one of my favourites. It's a small little build, and that's what I like about Winter Village, having small sets and small mini builds, put them all together to create a nice big scene. And from one little market stall to another, again by Marion Brick Design, we've got a little ski rental shop, and I have so many Lego skis and snowboards, so this is the ideal thing for me. Nice little thing. And if we look down in the comments, we can see someone has built it, and then we can see what it looks like for real without looking at any renders or anything. Yeah, that's a nice one there. Quite like it with the little Christmas lights and everything. And according to Rebrickable, this one has a slightly higher price of £40, which is quite expensive for a little build like that. So let's see what the most expensive parts are. Apparently it's the skis and the snowboards in different colours. Yeah, they're quite rare. Usually we just get the same ones in lots of Lego sets, so that might be something you swap out or just don't use, because they're only little extras and you might already have some already. But otherwise, looking at the basic parts, there isn't anything too extreme here. It's just those kind of rarer pieces which will drive up the price. I promise you, Marion Brick Design did not sponsor this video, but I'm just a huge fan. Look at it, the little tree seller shop. There's a little mobile caravan with the Christmas trees. Obviously, this does feature some custom printed or custom stickers, so you do have to print those off yourself, but they are included usually in the design files, so that's okay. But looking at the little build itself, yeah, I can really imagine this in my Winter Village. I like the colour scheme, it's simple, and here we can see some people have built it themselves. Yeah, this is perfect, because I've got so many Lego little Christmas trees that I need a Christmas stall salesman, so this could work. And this one has a rough cost of £21, and I think looking at it, I probably have most of these parts as well. So I'm quite fortunate where I do have a large parts collection, but if not, I think this one's a little reasonable in price, so you should be able to build it for yourself. Back again at JD Bricks, and here they have their Alpine log cabin, obviously inspired by the Alpine Lodge, a smaller single-story little unit, and yeah, alongside their little market stalls, I really like this Alpine look, the use of those curved elements there to represent the logs. This look really good next to the Alpine Lodge as a smaller little building. It does have interior details as well, nice little cozy armchair and a bed up top. Yeah, and a little snowmobile as well. Definitely looks really cool. And this one has a rough cost of £54, which feels a bit more fair to me looking at the size of it. And there's quite a lot of parts. And plenty of people are saying nice things in the comments as well, which is always nice to see. Just looking through my list here of liked Christmas MOCs, and I've got another 4 by Marion Brick Design, but just look at their page. I'm not going to go through each of them here. We've got some candy cane, a little florist, bike stool, an igloo, although this Christmas tree seller truck is inspired by the classic one from the gift with the purchase, which is a very expensive set to buy brand new in box, but if you part it out, you probably get a little bit cheaper. And I like this design here, this classic red pickup truck carrying the Christmas trees. That looks very cool. How much will this cost me? £20, which, yeah, still a little bit expensive. So what, is there any expensive parts in here? Oh, it includes the Christmas tree. I've got loads of those, and those green wreath elements are quite rare. So, okay, fair enough. I could probably do a few part swaps, but the rest of the vehicle should be easily obtainable, and I'd really like that to be on my Winter Village. Here we have a Winter Village bakery. Of course, Lego have done an official Winter Village bakery, but this design is more in style with the Holiday Main Street, which is right up my street. I really like this. As you can see, a pretty similar design style, although I can spot straight away that these window pieces might be a little bit expensive, because I think they were from the Brickbank modular building and only appeared in that set, so you'd probably have to do some part swaps. Yeah, because otherwise it's going to cost you £83, so if we swap those windows out, look at that, £20 each for a window, so half the price is just based on 2 window elements, so definitely swap those out if you don't have that already. But otherwise, yeah, this should be not too expensive, and I'd definitely like to have this in my Winter Village. I really like that. And then a couple more buildings. Here we have a jewellery store and cozy apartment with that classic brown brickwork design. Again, perfect for your main street. Some interior details as well. Open backed, of course, but that's what the official Lego sets are, and I don't mind that. But if you wanted to modularize it, I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult. But this one has an estimated cost of £41. And then they've also designed a classic pub. But again, I can spot some rare elements in here with the window panes from the detective's office set. Again, only appearing in that set. And these green dome pieces, they are quite hard to find. So you'd probably have to do some part swaps there. And luckily, the design has already swapped that in their inventory. So although the picture features the one from the detective's office, they have swapped it out for some more regular panes, which are much cheaper. And apparently those green domes are only 95p each, but I still think they're pretty rare to find, so maybe we'll get lucky. Next up, we've got one for all the Winter Village train fans out there. This candy crane, that's almost a mouthful and tongue twister to say. The candy cane crane looks really cool, and it'll go nicely on your winter holiday train. Here you can see you could be delivering candy canes or presents. You can lift them up. Simple colour scheme, but it really ties into the winter train theme. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I quite like that. So what's the cost on this one? £68. That's a bit expensive. What's the rare parts on here? £5 for a single piece. And the train wheels, yeah, I guess Lego trains can be a bit expensive, but I'm sure you could probably get that cost down just a little bit. But it does look cool, but if you didn't want to get this one yourself, it does give inspiration for what you can do. And of course, some of these Rebrickable MOCs, you do have to pay for the instructions. I mean, I think it's fair enough that the MOC maker gets some payment for their hard work, and the prices can vary. Sometimes they're free. I have a lot of Lego Christmas trees in my collection, some pre-made ones and some sets, but this little winter tree here, I quite like it, mainly without the decorations, although you could add them if you wanted, but just with the snowdrops on there, yeah, that could be a nice tree. You'd probably have a few of those around to add some scenery. Yeah, I like that. And it's got a pretty cheap price of roughly £8, so that's a good one. I might have to add that to my next Bricklink list. And lastly, we've got another little winter market display by Little Thomas with a couple of hot dog stalls, and looks like they're selling some refreshments over here with a cool Christmas tree. Simple design, but a nice kind of classic feel to it. Yeah, this could go nicely in a winter village market. You can never have too many market stalls at Christmas. So there we go, there's some of my favourite winter village Christmas themed MOCs on Rebrickable. Did you like any of these? Have you built any of these, or are you going to? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, there's so many I want to do. If I had the money and the space, I would definitely do all of them. It's just a hard choice picking which one to do next. Thank you very much for watching, and if you're interested to see more updates on my Lego Winter Village, then please do subscribe, as we've got more updates coming soon, and I've made winter villages in the previous years, so check out the playlists on the channel as well. Until next time, take care, bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.